Okay, I am here. Swap scenes over. Oops. To Elder Scrolls Online. And here we are. So, um, we're going to be hopping in and doing the Clockwork City storyline to get a specific dialogue from Sotha Sil. I just recently played through Clockwork City. The subtle hints at some suppressed memory ingrained in the automatons creep me out quite a bit. The automatons are very, very yeah, somewhat unsettling, right? In the sense that they're like these, I don't know, robots that almost shouldn't be. Um, but yeah, so we're gonna be jumping into things. I've already completed Clockwork City on my main character. That would be Baragrok Groshrub. So I have who else? Radon Alcazar, who I could take in. I have Silwyn Greenthorn, who I could take in, and Lanyu Vothrel that I could take in. I think we're gonna be going for probably Lanyu. We wouldn't want to do stays with Sithis or Boz because these guys are this guy's a Nightblade tank, which is kind of a fun role. And then this one is a warden healer, so they'd be bad at solo content. I want to say Radon Alcazar can be the one that we take in. So I'm gonna click play on him and hope that I'll be able to connect my controller here because I am horrible. Your character's got some serious drip. Thank you very much. Spent a lot of time on that drip. Good evening. How's it going? Man, I have not logged into ESO in a long time. Just popping in to say hi. Hope the stream goes well. Thank you. Hopefully, if your stream ends early, you can pop on by a little bit longer. But yeah, hope things are going well. Anything here that we want? The Witchmother's Servant Arms Pack. I guess we might as well. Oh god, dude, this UI is so foreign to me because I always play with controller, and the UI is like totally different. Settings, gameplay, gamepad mode, on. Okay, much better. Thank you. Howdy, Judge Dredd. How's it going? All right. Now I don't have any plugins for ESO, by the way. I just kind of have the game and I play it as is. This character is also not very well optimized, I will say. They are a stamina Templar, and I just basically rushed them to 50, and then I didn't get much gear for them. So, howdy, still hanging out in Dukes, but I figured I'd pop in. Thank you. I forgot how much drift my stick has on this controller. We're just going to have to live with that. Okay, so we want to get to the Clockwork City, so we could just accept that quest from here. Collections, stories, Zone DLC, not Zone DLC? Do I not have the Clockwork City? Oh my lord, I don't have the Clockwork City. What faction are you a part of? I don't have the Imperial Edition upgrade on this account, so I'm just a member of the Daggerfall Covenant on this guy, but typically I'm Ebonheart Pact. Okay, well I guess I'm going to have to go subscribe to ESO Plus real quick, because I thought that I had my thing, but hey, that'll motivate me to play this game a little bit more, I'm sure. Okay, give me a second. We're going to swap over. Starting soon. And I'll just figure this stuff out over here. You guys don't need to know my credit card information. Oh wait, no, I have... Hold on, I have enough crowns. I'm being goofy. I've got enough crowns. Okay, so DLC... Clockwork City. Purchase bundle for me. There we go. Alright, cool. I think we do need to know, actually, and your mother's maiden name, ideally. Yeah. Mother's maiden name is Sil, as in Sotha Sil. Okay, so now we can just grab that quest. Oh my god, the stick drift is going to be insane. So, Portal to Mournhold opens up. Those three funky numbers on the back, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Somebody unironically has that, right? Somebody's credit card number is actually 123. So I don't know about you guys, but whenever I make a new character in an Elder Scrolls game, I always try to give them some kind of backstory. So the reason that this guy is dripped out in this particular way is because he is a Meridian, which is a servant of Meridia, obviously. And I tried to give him a color from every single part of the color spectrum. So like his swords are cool colors, or his left hand sword is cool colors. So the hilt is, I guess the grip is purple. The hilt is blue, and then the blade is green. And then on this side, the hilt is yellow. Sorry, hilt is orange, grip is yellow, blade is red, and then it kind of echoes the same thing throughout his chest piece and helmet and everything. Do what I did yesterday and disassemble your controller. It totally fixes it. Trust, yeah. Speed upgrade. Okay. So this quest is not active. We're going to turn that on. Basically, the backstory for how you get this quest is Devaithfear contacts you, and he's like, hey, you need to go to the Clockwork City. Some bad shit happening. I joke, but it did actually fix my stick drift. I think there was just some dust or something. I think this stick has just been way, way overused. I don't know if there's any fixing it. But again, that's okay. Oops.
You've arrived at last. Come forward. We have much to discuss.
How's the in-game audio? Can you guys hear him okay, or do you need me to turn this up?
You've arrived. I am Devaithfear, Wizard Lord of Telfear. I trust no further introduction is necessary. I seek a Daedric artifact. It lies hidden in a brass city filled with danger, curiosity...
Cannot hear a goddamn thing. Okay. We'll pump that up a bit more. Sorry. Oh, man. Okay, let's try it again.
You've arrived. I am Devaithfear, Wizard Lord
Is that better?
of Telfear.
Oh, you know what I did? I'm sorry, guys. This is kind of a scuffed stream so far. I turned the audio down while I was talking earlier. That's better. Okay.
You've arrived.
This should be better.
Devaithfear, Wizard Lord of Telfear. I trust no further introduction is necessary. I seek a Daedric artifact. It lies hidden in a brass city filled with danger, curiosity, and contradiction. You will accompany me, if you wish.
What exactly would I be signing up for?
A voyage that only a few have ever undertaken. We will travel to Sotha Seal's peculiar experiment, the Clockwork City. I have inquiries to make. You will assist me.
You know how to reach the Clockwork City?
I do. The Tribunes are not so clever that they could hide such a place from me for long. The city is quite close, and also very far away. Just the first of Sotha Seal's many paradoxes. If you choose to join me, be prepared for many more.
Yeah, Sotha Seal, I feel like they don't give great direction to their voice actors sometimes. Like, they should tell him it's Sotha Sil.
You escaped the prisons of Cold Harbor. Truly, I think it would be easier to escape an iron safe at the bottom of the ocean. You show great promise. I can use a slippery warrior like you. Of course you will. Naturally, you have questions. Alas, they will have to wait. Servants of the Tribunal do not look kindly on blasphemous journeys like this one. Meet me at the waterfall north of the city. We can discuss the details there. Prepare if you must, but make it quick. Time is not on our side.
Like, I don't think it's the voice actor's fault if they don't know how to pronounce something, because they weren't told. Test Legends servers shutting down? Yes, they are. I did a live stream about that earlier. We talked about it, and Thin White Duke and I were in a voice chat on a Discord call. So if you'd like to go watch that, it's on the channel.
Come, here, behind the waterfall. My companion arrives at last. Now then, our journey begins in this dreary little cave. Quite a surprise, yes? Believe me, it won't be the last. We can speak freely here, but do make it brief. All this natural splendor is just tedious.
Here, I'm gonna turn down some other audio things. So, ambience needs to be down, effects down, footsteps can be down, and music will be down. So this is all just so that way we're getting just the dialogue here.
My companion arrives at last. Now then, our journey
Okay, you mentioned Sothasil. Who is he?
dreary little cave. The father of mysteries, the clockwork god, the tinkerer, and other such banal titles. Sothasil, or Set, is a member of the Dark Elf Tribunal. He reigns over Morrowind as the god of craft and sorcery, the wisest and most reclusive of the three.
Okay, do you know him well?
Ha! No one truly knows Sothasil, not even his hordes of wild-eyed worshippers. I studied with him before his ascent, and even then he defied comprehension. His only true peer was Indoril Nerevar. Such a shame what happened to him.
I like how you can ask Indoril Nerevar?
Indeed. Saint Nerevar the Captain.
Okay, whatever.
Our king
We don't
and
need this.
Some believe that Sothasil, Vivek, and Almalexia murdered Nerevar so they could take divine power for themselves. Who's to say what really happened? In any event, Sothasil emerged from the mountain even more inscrutable than before.
What do you think happened, Devaith?
I think it's irrelevant. The silence of Sothasil may come from a place of grief and deep regret. It might be a side effect of his fierce obsessions, perhaps both. How he became a god is no concern of mine. I respect his knowledge, nothing more.
Ilya J, hello again. Welcome. Welcome back. Why did Sothasil hide the Clockwork City here?
Sothasil hides everything. But more to your point, it's not just a city. It's an incomprehensibly powerful, world-shaping device. Can't leave that sort of thing lying about, can you? Also, Almalexia worries about how it reflects on her divinity.
It's hard to hear you. The mic volume seems low. Really? I can't really turn it up a whole lot higher without the gain being crazy, but I think I can turn it up a bit more. Is that better?
Yes, Seal's fellow tribune. A machine can be studied and perhaps understood in time. She fears that by reducing their divinity to a machine, Sothasil lessens the mystique of their godhood. To his great credit, Seal largely ignores these concerns.
Okay, what do you hope to find in the Clockwork City?
A Daedric artifact. I take a keen interest in all such objects, but this one seems
Voice is fine, good.
especially significant. You see, nearly everyone who searches for it winds up dead. I suspect that someone or something hid this artifact away in the Clockwork City.
Okay, let's just head on in. I think we're going to be good. First example, by the way, if nobody here plays ESO, the load screens in this game are fantastic. I'm not going to turn the volume all the way back up yet.
Even draftier than I remembered.
Yeah, because he's got stuff he says in here.
Welcome to the dwarven hold of Barmsarm Shend, such as it is. Ironic that AM's holy city of Mournhold has Dwemric roots, don't you think? Curious. Practically no one knows this route, but this scaffolding looks new. Built by rogue ordinators, perhaps? Stay watchful. Sothasil always did admire dwarven industry, albeit quietly. Perhaps that's why he built his city here. This lift will take us to the nethermost depths of the ruin, and to our destination. Come on.
You can also turn on subtitles for people. There we go.
On you go. The entrance lies just ahead.
Just opened up Legends for a chill session and am now very sad. Yeah, I know the news is hitting everybody in different ways. We had a little bit of a live stream earlier, and Duke is still streaming Legends right now. But yeah, we just talked about it basically for about an hour or so. I don't know. I'm trying to look on the bright side of things.
Seal's factotums still remember me. How touching. I'd say prepare yourself, but nothing can prepare you for what's to come. Touch the sphere. The Clockwork City awaits.
Okay, so this is the actual model of the Clockwork City. You can look into it. You don't really see a whole lot of detail in here because that would be very tedious for them to make, but you can see that's called the Brass Fortress in there, and that's like the main city. Then we shrink down. Okay, I think we can get away with turning the
brass fort. Someone diverted our
music
passage.
back up.
Audacious, but foolhardy. When I find them, wait. I feel cold. Back, creature! My shadow! My power! Don't let it escape!
Data be debate sphere.
Factotums! They're activating!
Brass Fortress, Rawatai headquarters in Deadfire. Oops, wrong game.
Ready your weapons!
Yeah.
I will assist you as best I can!
I do always find it funny when games, like, I guess not reuse, but when different games use the same terminology for stuff.
Another batch! Spinning up! Destroy them! To the southeast! Make ready!
I'm sure that we talked about this before, Ilya, but what's your preferred faction in Deadfire?
Fetching scrap heaps. My shadow remains close. We must hurry. Swivel swords. Wonderful. I'm in no condition to navigate this maze. Go. Find a way to deactivate these traps.
I have to deactivate them for him. Ooh. Dude, I can't can't search this thing because of the drift. Talked earlier, yes, probably Juana. Side with them most often too. Gotcha. I think the Juana have their merits. I mean, that's the cool thing about Pillars 2, is that all of the sides kind of have a point.
Well done. Killed by spinning knives is not an epitaph worthy of Devaith fear. Now, onward. I'm eager to see what new wind-up absurdities await us. pneumatic forge. We should leave as soon as possible. Sotha Seal constructs his clockwork servitors here, the factotums. They reject anyone who doesn't belong. Someone meant for us to die here. Remedial spellcraft is all I can muster, but I will aid you as best I can. Lead on.
The life of a Stamina Templar is so simple. You just spam biting jabs. Yeah, it's more or less pick your poison, except maybe the pirates. That's for your I only care about myself characters. Yeah, I never feel comfortable enough doing characters like that. Always wanted to play ESO on PS4, but figured it's too late to get into it. ESO is the type of game that you kind of... You need to have some DLC to be, like, super competitive in it. But a lot of stuff you can trade with other players. It's just about kind of having the money, the in-game money, like the gold, to be able to sustain yourself. As efficiently as other players. Like, if you want to get into stuff like housing in this game, like if you want to have a house, you need to have a lot of gold, you need to participate in trading and events and stuff. If you... DLC is no issue for you, it's just being too late is the thing. Well, this game is still pretty healthy, still thriving pretty well, I think, in the community. So, I don't know if it would be too late necessarily.
Defeat this monstrosity, but don't kill it. Reclaim my power.
I know in Final Fantasy XIV they also have that kind of real estate thing. Yeah, the houses just cost a lot of money if you want to get a good one. Damn, am I gonna die? Almost died.
Stand back. Time to reclaim what is mine. Maliad kebiet tahir. Devakrokad sint morad. Finally. You never know how much you miss a thing until it tries to kill you. More ridiculous machines? I've had enough of this.
Pretty cool moment.
We still have a long way to go.
But yeah, I would say that, like, getting into ESO, it's not a time issue, I would say. The only thing that, like, you're going to be behind on is money and character level, but, like, you can grind out a character to level 50 in an hour, or not in an hour, in a day, if you really want to.
We should go there at once. Keen to find out who sent us on that delightful jaunt through the new markets.
Plus, honestly, like, more often than not, there are so many people in ESO that are going to be willing to help you play the game. I play this game mostly solo, but I've been in a number of guilds, and the people that play in those guilds are generally, like, the nicest people. Specifically siding with no one / siding with Aldous, who just re-enables the storm generating machine, are the two outcomes that don't have at least some redeeming qualities. Yeah. The siding with no one really sucked. I did that my first playthrough, and I hated it. Another really big thing with ESO is crafting. You want to have a crafter character. So, like, your first character that you play, that you're going to be investing the most time into, as soon as you start playing, you should invest heavily in your crafting skill trees. Totally forgot that I have another thing turned off. I think it's in combat. Combat text, yeah. I want to have that combat text
More
on.
important matters to attend to? Fine. Conclude your business quickly and meet me in the brass.
Oh, he's running away from me. I just wanted a sky shard, dude. Thought that was one of those wood nodes. So I've got 6 minutes left of what is either double XP or 50% XP, but I want to finish this quest in about 6 minutes here.
Follow this road to the Brass Fortress. When you see the Way Shrine, veer north, or what passes for north here. If you have other business to attend to, I'll not stop you. Just meet me at the gates to the fortress when you're ready to proceed.
Are you alright?
Concerned for my well-being? Oh, touching. With time, I should make a full recovery. You performed admirably in there. I must admit, I had my doubts. But don't worry. I have doubts about practically everyone.
Any new ideas about what disrupted our travel?
No. I hoped that in reclaiming my shadow, I might catch a glimpse of our adversary or my prize. Alas, nothing. Seems we'll have to conduct inquiries the old-fashioned way.
Cool.
Debate fear. I warned you never to come back. And you, one of Fear's lackeys, I take it.
Luciana Pullo. Hospitable as ever? Go talk to her. I'll not waste my time speaking with a petulant toy soldier. You should speak to Luciana. Mostly because I don't care to.
Okay. What's up, Luciana?
Hold there, friend of Fear. I am Proctor Luciana Pullo of the Clockwork Apostles. I don't know how you and this egomaniac breached Lord Set's Celestiadrome, but I won't have non-citizens stirring up mischief in the Brass Fortress.
How can I become a citizen?
Only just arrived and already trying to grease the gears? New arrivals must secure an endorsement from a citizen in good standing. I'm prepared to overlook your atrocious choice in companions if you can find a sponsor. Until then, you are tarnished.
Tarnished? Oh, Elden Ring reference? How do I get a citizen to sponsor me?
That's for you to find out. Not many citizens will risk
Okay,
their...
fair enough. We're gonna talk to...
Tread carefully, Fear. I'll be watching.
Luciana clearly hasn't lost her charming demeanor. Predictable.
Yeah, I won't be allowed to come in until I'm a sponsor.
Ah, yes. Their bizarre sponsorship custom. I forgot about that little wrinkle. As a friend and peer of Sotha Seal, I come and go as I please. I suppose it would be best for you to wait out here. If I need you again, I will find you.
Can't you sponsor me?
I'm not a citizen. And even if I were, I'd not waste time wading through their opaque bureaucracy. You've proven yourself to be more than capable. I have no doubt you'll figure something out. Gain your sponsorship. We will speak again soon. I appreciate your assistance.
Okay. This character is such a low level, and I'm using terrible gear. We're gonna want any piece of gear that we pick up, basically. Okay. Where's my next quest? Oh. Oh, okay, it's Naramo. Classic Naramo. I feel like the Dark Elves are inspired by the Sith, mainly the Telvanni house. In what way?
Well, if it isn't my second favorite assistant. What a fortuitous turn of events.
Okay, I'm skipping
This
all of
promises
this
to
shit.
be a
I think this quest is pretty much a throwaway quest just to get inside of the city. Okay.
So, thanks for the help.
Skip, skip, skip.
Sergeant Baldan, this one has the gold you requested. Will you still sponsor me?
I gave you my word, didn't I? Come, Cat. We can discuss the specifics in my office.
1,000 blessings, Walker. Lankin has much to offer the Brass Fortress.
Yes, I'm sure you do.
So if I remember correctly, I might die from this fall, but that's okay. Nice, we win. If I remember correctly, Raynor is trying to collect some fire pot spider things.
Greetings.
Yeah, greetings.
So you'll do it?
Cool. Yeah, we're basically just taking a hitchhike on these guys' sponsorship, and we're gonna get into the city with them.
Expertly done. One more, and I think we've got it. And that's the last of it. Excellent. Brilliant! We really made sure. Take the oil.
Okay, goodbye. I've probably played through this DLC about 3 or 4 times at this point. I do just like the Clockwork City as a location. I think it's super, not only fun to look at, but very interesting.
Again, thank you. Good luck in the Basilica.
Okay, Brass Fortress discovered.
I just don't know. I always expected Clockwork City to be a bit more hospitable.
We need not the grease of luxury to find our sequence here.
Still, you never tire of it? The smell of oil or the taste of gruel?
Your mind must become a gear, a single constant winding in perfect regulation. Do not let such thoughts rust your mind.
That's true, I suppose. No use crying over spilt milk. Milk.
Okay. So I really like here, the trees are made of, I don't know what kind of metal, but they're made of metal. Is it pronounced Chim or Kim? It's pronounced Chim. But then that's, like, with the Chimer, I think most people call them Chimer and not Chimmer. But most people refer to Chim as Chim instead of Kim. So it could be, I suppose it could be Kim. And we've all just been saying it wrong this whole time, but ultimately I believe it is Chim.
How dare you, Kermit? Your mother wanted a better future for you.
Okay, and this is the woman who's going to sponsor us, Provost Varuni.
And just as I promised, my assistant arrives. You brought a gift for our sponsor, right?
Greeting, Auxiliary. Is your friend correct? Did you bring an offering?
Yes, explosive oil harvested from dangerous firepot spiders.
Firepot oil. Tremendous. And you managed to keep all 10 fingers. I'm impressed. Thank you. Now, to the matter of your citizenship. You're clearly a capable warrior, but in the Clockwork City, mental precision is of paramount importance.
How can I prove my mental fitness?
A number of outsiders have gone missing in recent weeks. I fear someone might be abducting them, or worse. But I have no proof. I spoke to your friend Naramo, and he insists you can gather the evidence I need. Succeed, and I'll sponsor you all.
Okay, Naramo and I will find the proof you need.
Try to keep this inquiry quiet, all right? In the Clockwork City, even a small creak in the gears can draw curious eyes.
Can you... Here, I'm gonna turn the music off and stuff again for a moment while she tells me about Sotha Sil.
Try to
Can you
keep
tell
this
me about
inquiry
Sotha Sil?
quiet, all right? Of course. Lord Set, known to many as Sotha Sil, is the father of curiosity. By his word, we create, perfect, and overcome. He cares for all of us, just as a clockmaker cares for each gear and spring. Every piece matters, no matter how small.
You seem to know a lot about him.
I do a lot of reading. It's all there in the sermons. Some people think he's aloof, callous even, but I disagree. He stands with us in a way that Vivek and Almalexia never could, and he'll guide us all to a better world.
Cool. I'm sure that he'll be alive for every entry in the game going forward, and nothing bad will ever happen to him. That sounds about right.
So, ready to do a bit of sleuthing?
Shut up, Naramo. Just
No?
shut
If
up,
you
bro.
have-
I'm
As
sick
I
of this
said
guy.
before, those tarnished redundants down in the slums are no concern of yours. I've instructed the constabulary to keep a strict eye on them.
Yes, that Constable Baldon's done an admirable job. Even so, tarnished and exodromals enter the Basilica far too often.
And what of these rumors? Black-robed figures lurking on the edge of the radius?
Honestly, Diwa, settle the boilers, I will never let tarnished or exodromals or mysterious robed ghosts disrupt our work, believe me.
Cool. Change style. Oh. Oh, you can change the style of... No way. What? What? That's crazy. Applies to Expert Hunter, Evil Hunter, and Camo Hunter. Select in Skills menu. Huh. Weird. Okay, basically what Naramo told us is that he found a Skivaton, and a Skivaton's like a rat that's made out of metal. Skiver automaton. We're gonna put the Skivaton in here and do some scouting for us. Wow, they have a load screen for this area specifically? That's kind of funny.
Excellent. We have a strong signal. Now, to find Varuni's evidence.
So again, we're looking for...
Wait. Yes. Go straight, then left. The central depository must be on a different floor.
Yeah, we're looking for evidence about some disappearances. Okay, I thought he said go straight and then left, and that's what I was doing, but then he said it needs to be on a second floor, so I decided to go up. But I should have just stuck with what I was doing. You can jump. Nope. Ow.
Expertly done. That grate should lead to the central depository and our evidence.
Okay, Factotum Model Registry. Series 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 were all discontinued. Factotum Series 7, the current generation, there's 946 of them, 6,400 partitions stored. Improvement notes: increased ambulatory speed and coordination, stair navigation greatly improved, further reduced occurrence of memory regression episodes, installed anterior storage compartments, FOV increased by 20%, enhanced facial recognition and expression comprehension aptitude, increased vocabulary by 670 words, and further amplified threat recognition and reaction speed. That doesn't seem to be what we're looking for. Residential Logistics Log. Living residents of Clockwork City, Fortress and Region 6, 176. Or Fortress and Region 6, sorry. 176 people. Place of residency, Brass Fortress has 112, the Ventral Terminus has 2, Mnemonic Planisphere has 2, the Everwound Wellspring has 25, and the Radius has 35. Resident Satisfaction Rating, log 16788, compiled by ESO. Wealth disparity increased by 7% over period of analysis. Recommend increasing access to raw goods by consumerate amount. Root cause primarily psychological. High wealth sample array displays ambition and dissatisfaction ranks in excess of 15. Potential interpersonal hostility rating increased to moderate. Occurrence of constabulary maleficence remains at unsafe levels. Recommend ancillary surveys to determine mental fitness of all constables. Nutrition rating within acceptable norms. Net effective taste on resident satisfaction remains negative. Recommend increasing salt inclusion by 3% over next analysis period. Copulation and morbidity rate returning to sustainable norms. Paste additives proving effective. Possible innovation and publication rate increased by 4% over analysis period. Daylight extension likely cause. Recommend adding another 12 minutes to daylight cycles to test hypothesis. That was also not what we needed, but it was kind of an interesting read. Let's see this one. Security survey. Factotums report substantial increase in sentry coil malfunctions on radio periphery. Cave networks both east and west of the Brass Fortress now experience routine security blackout periods. Factotum loss rates also experiencing spike over survey periods. IOS tabulation indicates 17 partitions remain unaccounted for. Recovery beacons either missing or malfunctioning in all cases. Recommend full Apostle survey of affected zones, cross-reference with resident distress reports A77645 and X99876. Both refer to black-robed figures in relevant regions. Interior security rating decreased to 83%. Maybe this is all evidence that we need in some way, shape, or form. Mechanical Fundament Maintenance Logs. Factotums ordered to police up all organic material in the mechanical fundament, including 17 deceased persons. All currency and potential identification items to be delivered to Constabulary Refuse Vault. Redact all log data upon task completion. Ordering resident BAL 167, permissions ranking Constable. Alright. So that's the one we needed. Basically, there's a constable that's doing some dirty work.
How dare you, Kermit? Your mother wanted a better future for you.
Because a factotum with delusions of grandeur
All
told
right.
her fortune.
Let me see what you found. Yes, I believe these recordings correspond to the dates of the disappearances. There's something more. Look here. The last person to access the records was a BAL-167. Circumstantial at best.
How do you propose we find this BAL-167?
We might already have a lead. I shared Varuni's concerns with Kirith shortly after you left the Basilica, and she insisted on looking into the matter herself. She cited Constable Baldon as a person of interest. His office should be southwest of here.
BAL-67, Constable Baldon. I'll track down Kirith and see what she's found. Track down.
Ah, there you are. Done playing with Naramo's wind-up toys? I think I'm onto something.
What have you learned?
I did a little asking around. Word is, Constable Baldan will sponsor anyone as long as they can pay. Where they go after he takes their gold, that's anybody's guess. Luckily, we're here to sort it out. Here, take this memory stone. I surveyed the building. Someone left the door to Baldan's storage loft unlocked. It should provide a great view of his office. Climb up there and wait. When I offer a bribe, you record the conversation on that memory stone. Then we've got him.
All right, I'll make my way to the loft and wait for your signal.
All right, Baldan. I've got your gold. Will you sponsor me for citizenship?
Oh, I'll take your offering. But sponsorship? That's for the living, you tarnished scum.
The living what?
Do it.
See, if
Well,
ESO
you
wasn't so
idling
PG-13,
fool.
she would have
Gather
just
up the
died
gold
there.
and dump her with the others. We don't want anyone finding our latest visitor.
Or I suppose they're not actually trying to kill her, are they? They're trying to, like, convert her, I think. It's been a while since I played this. I do wish I had a hotkey to remember to turn the music back up. Oops. There we go.
There you are.
Okay, Constable
Naramo
Baldon's
said
thugs
you'd
knocked
be
her
around
out.
here. He what? How could she? We have to rescue her. You don't have any idea where they took her, do you?
Not yet, but I'll find out. Tell Varuni and Naramo.
Yes,
I'll find her.
I'll get the other.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Slagtown. Howdy, how are things? Things are good. How about you, Zabian? How are you?
How dare you, Kermit? Your mother wanted a better future for you.
Because a factotum with delusions of grandeur told her fortune. Do you really...
You look restless, Gearwalker. If you seek work, you should talk to Razgurig. The people of Slagtown always welcome a helping hand.
I'm looking for a dark elf arrested by the Constable Baldron. Know where she might be?
Another newcomer taken? I erect the spine of sympathy. I know Baldan to be cruel and uncompromising, so this comes as no surprise. I can make inquiries if you wish. I know Slagtown well. Unfortunately...
I feel like there's someone that I can just get the information from, right?
Spare a few coins? I might have seen a...
There you go.
Thank you. Now, listen well. Baldan's thugs took your friend to the mechanical fundament. Guaranteed. It's a maze beneath the city. Nobody ever comes out. If you want to run after your friend, go ahead. But I suggest you stay out of that place.
Alright. Good man, just getting over cold and re-downloading Elder Scrolls Legends after what I've seen. Yeah. It's sad. I'd been kind of mentally preparing myself for this for a while though, so I can't say that I'm like super surprised that it happened, I guess, but and they also gave us 3 months to play around with every card in the game, essentially, so I'm trying to look on the bright side of it, you know. when Elder Scrolls Castles released, I kind of figured that was the last nail in the coffin, because that's like that's a new game that they have to sustain now, right? And so looking after Legends after 7 years was just not going to be something that they were going to do anymore. God, there's so many creatures around. I'm actually gonna die. I thought I could outrun these guys. Oh. Wow, okay, I didn't die. Good. Yeah, it sucks, but you know what? We had an amazing community. Yeah, we did. And it's not like we have to stop, you know, talking here and everything. Fortunately, all good things must come to an end, right?
Threw you in here too, did they? I knew I couldn't be the only one Constable Boldan got the drop on.
Actually, I came down here to find you. We should leave.
You're right, we should. And I could, but not yet. I met another one of Boldan's victims, a Khajiit named Lankin. He's been scraping it out down here, but he's no warrior. I told him I'd get him out. Unfortunately, we got separated.
Okay, well, let's look for him.
That's the spirit.
This guy was out at the entrance of the city when we first started this DLC. True, I'm happy to catch your stream though. I'm glad you're branching out. Yeah.
The body's far too old. Let's keep looking.
No, I mean, we as a community have to branch out a bit more.
Really? You think they just leave us alone?
I mean, I've been on kind of a kick for a while now, just playing other games, so... Main reason I'm playing this is to get, stuff for the lore video that's going to be coming out soon.
Here we go again. You're enjoying this, aren't you?
It's free XP. Is this him? ESO loves to do this thing where they'll have you on a side quest and they drag you around to a bunch of like fake locations. Like, oh, you need to come here. Oh, this isn't the one. They must be further down. I feel like this trope happens a lot in ESO in particular. You know, another thing that's kind of wrong in my settings here. Sorry, guys. is where would it be? Gameplay? Yeah. So the enemy color, I usually have this set to pink. That way it stands out a little bit more. Okay, do we have to walk over here? Yep.
Another empty camp.
Another empty camp,
Damn.
okay.
He must be here somewhere.
ESO is fun. Stopped playing about a year ago, unfortunately. Been playing too much Zelda. Yeah, I never bought a Switch. I used to be big into Nintendo when I was a kid. But, kind of fallen off the Nintendo, train. But I do agree with you. I think ESO is quite fun. It's been about a year since I played. See how that pink is so much easier to kind of see? Like, it immediately sticks out at you. Do you think Castle's failed launch is what forced Bethesda to finally cut loose and end Legends? Maybe. I haven't really thought about that.
Hot on the stove. Someone was cooking.
Castles definitely did not do well.
We must be close.
When it was launched. I saw, like... So I released my video about Castles being dog shit. And, Here. I'm having so many audio things. Where I'm, like, looking over... seeing how high the audio is on my gameplay. Maybe we just bump everything down to like here. Dialogue can stay. But yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, with Castles, I made my video and it was pretty well received that like Castles is dog shit. But as that video kept going on, like in the days and weeks following that video's release, I got so many people that were like, no, dude, this game's great. I love this game. And I was just reading those comments like, these guys have got to be bots paid by Bethesda or something. Like, there's no way that people are saying that they actually unironically enjoy this game.
Finally! Come with us, Lankin. We're getting you out of here.
You might have a chance when Switch 2 comes out, you never know, and yes, I'm on PS server, otherwise I would hop on with you. Gotcha. Yeah, I have one account on Xbox One, and then I've got this one on PC. And, the one on Xbox One, man, I've had that account since the game came out in 2014, 2015? No, 2014, yeah. So that is a very old ESO account, and it's got a lot of shit on there. This account, not so much, but I've been doing my best to work it back up to the way that I had my previous account set up. I miss a lot of my houses and armor sets and all that cool stuff, though. My achievements.
Kirith! Thank goodness! Don't suppose you found anything of interest down there?
Enough. I'm glad to see you weren't lying, Raynor Vanos.
That bastard Baldan threw me into the fundament.
Ridiculous. I've never seen this woman in my life.
Liar! You tossed this one in as well!
We clearly just don't understand the nuance of Skyrim Shelter. Yeah, I totally agree, Nefarious Man.
This Raynor Vanos made some very bold claims. If you have evidence of Constable Baldan's crimes, I suggest you produce it.
Captured Kirith's abduction on this memory stone. Naramo has incriminating documents too.
Huh. You're more resourceful than you look. Little wonder Devaith chose you as his companion. Set knows he needs the help. I'll hold Baldan under guard until I've had an opportunity to review the evidence. As for you, you're free to go.
Thanks.
Luciana, I'd like to ask the constable a few questions when we return to the Basilica.
Don't trouble yourself, Aruni. You know how persuasive I can be.
I do. That's what worries me.
Do your worst, you tin-legged hag.
Set help you if she does, Constable.
You guys have the same legs, bro.
That fool has no idea what he's in for. Live uncomfortably and learn, I suppose.
Yeah, you think he knows more than he's letting on?
Oh, most certainly. Baldan can't have accomplished all this by himself. Erasing records, accessing derelict sections of the Fundament. These aren't the acts of a simple mer. Someone helped him. Now it's just a matter of finding out who. I do, one way or another. For now, let's celebrate your achievement. You showed initiative, creativity, bravery, all qualities befitting a servant of Set. You shall have my sponsorship.
Okay, and the others as well.
Of course. Each of them played a role in
Cool.
You'll regret this. Mark me, Proctor. You will regret this.
I doubt that. Get this tarnished piece of scrap out of my sight.
Enjoy prison.
Castles was fun, but I mean, it lacked so much. It was more or less Fallout Shelter, and after a while it got very boring. Oh, I think it was an undercooked Fallout Shelter. With no style. It lacked a lot of originality, I think. And it felt like a game that I'd played before, if that makes sense. It didn't feel like anything unique, or there was nothing to stand out about it. It was just very boring and bland. I mean, 5 years with no updates or anything, other than the Dawnguard stuff for the Asian version. And then the moment Castles comes out and fails, the game gets shut down. Very sus, if you ask me. Well, it wasn't necessarily like the moment, right? It's been about 2 months. Could be a correlation without causation type thing, but I see your point for sure.
By the word, I wind the gears. Please state your business or depart. Welcome, potential resident. Please speak your birth name, followed by the name of your sponsor. Dreaming. Torchbugs. Overturned jar. Sponsorship confirmed and archived. The light of knowledge, Sotha Seal, welcomes you to the Brass Fortress. Go forth and create.
Well, I'd say that all worked out splendidly. As one journey ends, another begins. I imagine there's much more to discover here in Sotha Sil's Clockwork City.
Okay, what's next for you, buddy?
I can finally begin my exploration in earnest.
Okay, don't care.
They proved useful.
Yep, take care.
I value your service and...
There you are. Good.
Ah.
We have much to discuss.
Devate Fear? Here? It is a true pleasure to meet you.
Yes, I imagine it is now, and I'll be on your way.
Yes. Well, be seeing you, Assistant. Good day, Lord Fear.
It always
We need to talk.
kind of bothers me in fantasy media when someone walks up. Like, this guy, you know, this random guy who's never met Devaith Fear before. Sure, he knows about him. But he looks at him and he's like, Devaith Fear? Here? Like, how do you know this is not just some random Dunmer? Have you seen a picture of this dude? Has he been in a movie you watched, Naramo? Like, how do you know what he looks like?
So you're a citizen now. Well done. I heard something about a constable tossing people down sewer drains. Even in this shrine to knowledge, drooling idiots bumble their way to power. Ludicrous. Moving on. I require your services once more.
What do you need?
It's Sotha Seal. Shortly after you and I parted company, I sought him out to discuss our Daedric artifact. I fear something is askew. His habits, his diction, the timbre of his voice.
Can we do a petition to change the way that timbre is spelled? I'm sick of it. That's timbre, dude. You think something's wrong with Sotha Sil?
Worse. Initially, I dismissed it as boredom, fatigue, or even the first signs of senility. But now, after observing him at length, I can say with certainty, this is not the Sotha Seal I know. There's Daedric mischief here, and we will root it out.
How do we go about doing that?
We will leverage your hard-earned citizenship to make inquiries. First, I will make it known that in light of your recent exploits, I offered to take you on as my aide. an offer you eagerly accepted.
Okay.
As the most powerful mage in the Brast Fortress, I find it difficult to have proper conversations with common folk. They grow silent at my approach, then whisper as I leave. An appropriate, but sadly uninformative display of deference.
Maybe don't wear around a Daedric armor everywhere you go, and you wouldn't have this problem. What do you want me to talk about? Okay. Let me reread this sentence, because I just had a stroke. So, you want me to talk about the... Oh my god. So, you want me to talk to the other aides. Jesus Christ.
Indeed. It's commonly understood that servants grumble about their masters loudly.
Yeah. Okay, we get it. Of course, a test game with actual effort put in gets cancelled. Yeah. I think just it says something about the test community at large too, right? That Legends couldn't get people to play it. I tried my darndest, dude. Like, I put out video after video saying you guys should play this, you know, this game isn't dead. Hours and hours of gameplay. But yeah, to no avail. Couldn't drive up enough hype in the last year here that I've been uploading. What do I have in my mail? Nothing.
Resident detected in proximity. Greetings.
You're Lord Fear's newest steward, huh? Could we talk later? If I don't finish this lamp inventory, Gascon will feed me to the fabricants. Yeah, Gascon must know how much I love doing paperwork. A few days ago, Sotha Seal ordered us to rip out all the lamps in here and replace them with less efficient ones. What kind of sense does that make? Who wants weaker lamps?
What are you doing with the old lamps?
A bunch of factotums loaded them onto a dolly and dumped them somewhere in the mechanical fundament. Hey, I know that look. If you're looking to poach a free lamp, don't bother. Gascon made us slag them all. And that's not even the worst part.
At least they give us 3 months, yeah. Plus any card we never got. Dude, I am super happy about that. Like, I can play so many more decks now, because there were plenty of cards that I did not have in my collection, so... Like, I'm taking a very serious look at something I can do with Genius Path Mage now.
So you're the one Devaith tapped to be his aide in the Brass Fortress. Sorry to hear that. Provost Varuni's ancestors hail from House Telvanni, just like Lord Fear. But honestly, they couldn't be more different.
What's it like working for Provost Varuni?
Not as bad as you might expect. She's young, youth comes with impatience, but I've never felt unfairly judged, and she's generous with her praise. Honestly, if I had the choice between serving Varuni or Sotha Seal, I'd take Varuni every time.
Hold up, did they gift us all the cards? They sort of did in a roundabout way. You can now get every single card, or card pack, or all the DLC in Elder Scrolls Legends right now is worth 1 piece of gold, which, if anyone in chat doesn't play Legends, 1 piece of gold is like nothing, because you get like 15 to 50 every time you win 3 matches, and you get like 25 gold every time that you level up in the story or something like that. So if you've never played Legends, now is actually probably the best time to do it, because you can get every single card in the game right out of the gate. So yeah, everything's just been cheapened to 1 gold. Let's see, Sotha Seal is difficult to work for?
Now more than ever. I don't pretend to understand his motives, but he's never been so demanding. One example? He insists that we turn all the lights down before he enters a room. Do you have any idea how difficult that is? It's maddening!
Is flipping switches that difficult?
Huh, flipping switches. That's rich. Each lamp has its own switch, and some lamps have multiple switches. And if that isn't bad enough, some switches control multiple lamps. He's a god, I know, but it shouldn't take a genius to turn on the lights.
Yeah, that sounds frustrating.
Don't even get me started. Varuni might demand some obscure tome in the middle of the night or chide someone for leaving oil on the floor, but that's the worst of it. Sotha Seal exiled an auxiliary last week because she forgot to switch off a lamp.
Thanks for letting me know all that. I should get going.
Right. Don't let me keep you. I can't imagine how demanding Devaith Fear must be. Better you than me, that's for sure. Keep your nose to the cogs and you'll be fine. Now if you...
Okay. So, what it sounds like is that Sotha Sil is afraid of the light. What is your favorite Elder Scrolls mod for a non-Bethesda game, like Elder Kings 2 for Crusader Kings 3? I don't really, I don't mod, most of the time. And typically, like, if I'm not playing an Elder Scrolls game, I won't really try to put Elder Scrolls into it.
Thrash you for that.
Someone caught me with that? God damn it. But I have wanted to try Crusader Kings 3 just because of Elder Kings 2. That is something on my radar.
So you're Devaithir's new auxiliary, eh? Tough luck, friend. I've heard he's an insufferable bastard, but at least he's not Sotha Seal. Better to be turned into a Guar than to serve the Clockwork god.
You don't like working for Sotha Sil?
Not anymore. In the old days, sure. He was easy to please because he was never around. These days, he changes his mind about something every night. Constant meetings, new dictums daily, adjustments to factotum patrols. It's a nightmare.
You sure he hasn't always been this way? You said he was never around.
Trust me, this is unprecedented. I'm afraid something's wrong with his enhancements. Like he's having trouble regulating. He's a different person, I swear. Don't tell anyone I said this, especially Gascon. Blasphemy doesn't go over well nowadays.
Okay.
By his word, I am bound.
Were you treated well by the menials? I assume they battered you with complaints. What have you learned?
Sotha Sil is definitely behaving strangely. He's made a lot of odd demands.
Yes, well, I could have told you that.
Yeah, servants
That's why
darkening
I
rooms
sent you
before he
here after
enters,
all.
blah, blah,
the
blah.
lads in the locutorium, yes? The large assembly room over there. The auxiliaries and factotums have been laboring in there day and night ever since we arrived. Curious. What could lights have to do with this? Well, there's only one way to find out. Impressive. I assumed I'd have to explain it to you. Of course, this...
Okay, we're gonna go find our buddies. Played Legends this morning.
Your debt to society.
But because you live in Finland, the message of Legends shutting down was not uploaded yet, and you had heard about it for the first time in my last stream. Well, I'm glad that I could get the word out to you, at least. It's kind of weird that they wouldn't just have that upload everywhere at once. What was my favorite type of deck, or card if I have one? We were talking about this a little bit in the stream earlier. I don't know if I have like a proper favorite deck or favorite card, but I tend to like control type cards. I tend to like combo cards, like cards that combo really well with other cards, or cards that impact the board in some interesting state. So stuff like Gatekeeper is really interesting to me. Stuff like False Incarnate is very interesting to me as well because of the effect that it provides. Yeah, but the time zone is different. I know the time zone is different, but like I'm surprised they didn't just have it set to all upload at once. Like upload at 1 a.m. in the United States and then whatever time that would be in Finland. You know, like not just have it be set to upload at whatever time it was set to upload, I guess.
Some kind of tubular housing. Probably meant to protect a glass interior? Difficult to say. A complex filament of some kind. The weaving on this fiber, it must be machine-made. I should be taking notes. Some kind of compressor. For funneling a gas, perhaps? Interesting.
I always find it so odd that there's all this broken
Look at
shit
the
in the Clockwork
apertures
City.
on this. It compressors? You plan?
Okay. EK2 is an amazing mod, worth it to buy the game just for it, in my opinion. Yeah, I do have Crusader Kings 3, and that is why I bought it, actually. Just haven't gotten around to it. I'm also really bad at RTS type games like Crusader Kings, so I'm more of a turn-based kind of guy. Like, you give me Civ 6, I can fuck some Civ 6 up, but real-time with pausing is a little bit harder for me. In those grand strategy type games, like, I can do it in Pillars, no problem. I like it in Pillars quite a bit, but the micromanaging for, like, an entire nation with real-time and pausing has always been a little bit difficult for me to manage. Are they going to do a Crusader Kings 4? Because CK3 came out in, like, 2018, right? They're still releasing DLCs for 3, so I doubt it for a long time. Really? I guess that's not too crazy, because Civ 6 was still releasing DLC up until, like, they announced Civ 7, basically. Oh, CK3 came out in 2020. Okay. So yeah, that's not too crazy at all, then. So my next lore video is going to be about Sothasil or Clockwork City. It's going to be about both. You can't really... I have a line written in the script already, like, you can't talk about Thomas Edison without talking about the light bulb, right? It would be impossible for us to talk about the Clockwork City without talking about its creator. So it's going to be a dual video on Sothasil and the Clockwork City. It's going to be focused on the Clockwork City, but we're going to take quite a while to discuss who Sothasil is and his philosophies. And there's actually a real-life philosophy that Sothasil follows that's going to be fun for me to discuss. Did I put points into... Yeah, I do have points in the armor skills. Okay. Oh, I don't have any... I don't have anything for dual wield. That's a shame. That would help. Do you know already when the video is coming out? I do not. That's why I'm playing this this DLC right now, though, is to help with the production of that video, because I need a voice line from Sothasil that we can't get until the end of the Clockwork City. Dude, do you see how messed up my... Oh my god. Messed up my analog stick was. But it should be coming out in the next week or two, I would say, because I'm really going to try to work hard on it and pump that video out. But the more that I research into it, the more I have to stop and take a moment and then, you know, consider what I'm looking at.
As a matter of fact, I acquired some...
So, and then that'll you know, make me like add a new section or go back and edit an old one, because Sothasil in the Clockwork City is a very complex topic to be doing a lore video on, because there's so many conflicting views, even on like the first little snippet about Sothasil, even his age compared to Vivek's is disputed, because there's some sources that say that Vivek is older, and there's some sources that say that Sothasil is older, so.
Ah, you've reached...
Okay. All that this quest is, by the way, guys, is we're building a lamp to go shine it on Sothasil. There's another Paradox game, EU4, came out in 2013. It received its last DLC earlier this year, I think. Yeah, my buddy is a huge EU4 fan. He's got like 2,000 hours in that game or something. I played it with him for a little bit, and I was terrible at it. Am I going to do a video about Vivek? I'll probably do a video about Vivek with a tie-in specifically about him at some point. Because Vivek is one of my favorites of the three, I guess. It's kind of hard to say who's the favorite between Sothasil and Vivek, but I think Sothasil's generally a better person than Vivek is, I guess, is the best way that I can put it. Vivek is flawed in a lot of ways. There's a really cool thing at the end of this DLC where Sothasil talks about Vivek.
Ah, I was beginning to worry. Not about you, of course. These apostles have been circling me like cliff racers. Looking for an autograph, no doubt. So tiresome. I take it you were successful in learning about these lights and constructing a new one? Well done. I assume you discovered the special property of these lamps. Why does my dear friend Seal go to such lengths to avoid them?
Naramo believes these lights emit some kind of invisible light.
Invisible light? Fascinating. To help with factotum navigation, perhaps? Huh. No matter. Further inquiry must wait. Now is the time for action. I will request a congressional assembly. Plant your lamp on the balcony above, then return to me.
Okay. Is it true that Vivek turned into a female and had sex with Molag Bal in the lore? So, the 36 sermons of Vivek are super, super complicated pieces of work, and they're very hard to decipher. I myself have never heard that Vivek turned himself into a female, but Vivek is generally considered by people to be a hermaphrodite. So he's... and I don't know if that term is still in fashion or not, but basically he's both man and woman at the same time. Vivek's whole shtick is that he aspires to be all things at once. So he's the warrior poet, right? Which is kind of a contradiction in and of itself. There's part of him that wants to be a fighter, but the other part of him that wants to be a lover and a, you know, a writer and an artist. So it's that contradiction in Vivek that makes him super, super interesting and appealing. Anyway, did he have sex with Molag Bal in the lore? Pretty much confirmed. Yeah, he
Raynor
totally
and
did.
that annoying high elf finished your lamp, but there's a problem. On the way here, I overheard an aide complaining about some new security measures Sothasil.
Okay, we'll have to sneak past guards to get the lamp into
Looks that
position.
way.
Thanks for the warning. Vivek is crazy. Yeah, Vivek's lore is ridiculously insane. He's really cool, though. Oh. Okay, we're going to plant the light. Let me just jump down here. Sick. Have I ever played, or have any of us ever played Daggerfall? I have not really played it that much. I played about 2 hours of Daggerfall, and I didn't know what I was doing, to be totally real with you. I've started that game up several times, and then I've just gotten lost. So I think what I really need to do is play Daggerfall Unity.
I convinced Sothasil that
Mentioned
the
EU
Congress
Force, you
requires
know
yet
that
another
Paradox
lecture
games
on the
receive support for a
sanctity
long
of
time,
clockwork
provided that they are
automata.
successful.
He
Yeah.
eagerly agreed. Seemed almost
Yeah, no,
giddy
I know
about it.
Paradox is a studio. I just thought that
convinced Sotha
CK3
Seal
came
that
out in
the Congress requires
2018,
yet another lecture
not
on the
2020.
sanctity of Clockwork Automata. He eagerly agreed. Seemed almost giddy about it. It was unsettling. Is all in readiness?
Yes, I placed the lamp. Everything is prepared.
Good. Seal's lecture should begin any moment now. Stand ready to activate the lamp. I'm reasonably certain that something will happen, but the specifics elude me. I guess this is what uncertainty feels like. What a novel change of pace.
Will remind you yet again. My beloved factotums serve as an extension of my divine will.
So let's take a listen to him real quick.
And you will cost me. In the past, I have encouraged the child's curiosity and accepted minor blasphemies. But my generosity has limits. Know this. Any servant of the Clockwork God found tinkering with factotums shall face severe sanction. In this place, my word shapes, constructs, and controls. My authority is absolute. Keep to your modest experiments. Seek discovery outside the walls or in the confines of your own cloisters. Such is the will of Set, the mainspring everwound. Obey. Now, are there any questions?
Okay, I guess that's all he had to say. Also, kind of funny that Sotha Sil can only get 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. He can only get 18 people to show up to his little political rally here. Unity is the way to go. Personally, I love Daggerfall and its lore. I'm sure I would really like it. I just need to get into it. Last time I played it, I think I was 20. Wasn't super in the mood to play.
What is that? What's happening?
After him! Someone seize that imposter!
The Shadow of Sotha Sil.
I am the Clockwork God. You will kneel before me. Kneel!
Damn it.
Curse you, outsider.
Oh.
I will return.
I got a Plunder Skull. I think the last time I played actually was Halloween. Of last year is what I mean here. This is for the Halloween event though, the Plunder Skull. Eltheric Revenant Breaches, Dremora Shields. Everybody loves the Dremora motif. We totally don't have too much of that going around. Alright.
I haven't the time to discuss this, Varuni. Wittingly or unwittingly, Lord Set no longer serves the people of Clockwork City. Now, if you will excuse me.
Gascon, where are you going? When news of this gets out, we need to issue a statement or at least gather the Congress for an emergency session.
I have urgent matters to attend to. Make whatever statement you like. I will return soon.
Okay.
Well, that was enlightening. To think I've been speaking to Sotha Sil's shadow all this time. It seems so lifelike. Far more advanced than my own, I'm sorry to say. Fascinating. It really is too bad we'll all be dead soon.
Dead how?
Well, I don't mean to alarm you, but I will be frank. If an impostor sits upon the throne aligned and learns how to wield the power of this place, a cataclysm will follow. We may yet discover a way to avert this disaster, but the chances are slim.
So what do we do?
Stay with Varuni. With Sotha Sil exposed as an impostor, the Congress will fall into turmoil. In such chaos, dark truths always float to the surface. Pray they do so quickly. I have other inquiries to make. Stay vigilant. We will meet again soon.
Okay.
My dear Lord Set, what happened to you? I can scarcely believe what we just witnessed. How fear, of course, always the iconoclast. I'll bet he's snickering at us even now. It doesn't matter. Yes, he was acting strangely, wasn't he? He always chafed under Lord Set's rule. Now he finally has a pretext to seize control, and he slinks away like a The real Lord Set will aid us eventually, I know it. In the meantime, we must do for ourselves. Thank you for everything you've done. It appears we'll have to do a lot more. Classic.
Question for you,
Damn
Big
you,
D.
Gascoigne.
Get Elder Scrolls 6 or become God? See, if I become God, I can get Elder Scrolls 6. Or I could just banish Todd Howard to the Shadow Realm. So I think that would maybe be, like, the correct option. Because I think just getting Elder Scrolls 6, you know, it might be terrible. So how about I become God, and then I can banish Todd Howard to the Shadow Realm, and then I can release Elder Scrolls 6 in my image. And then if it's bad, I can just change it. That sounds like a good plan to me. We'll put that on. Get that crit chance going. I don't know if we want light armor or... I guess we want the medium armor, don't we? Yeah, this seems better too. Underking lore is good. I haven't looked too much into the Underking ever, to be real with you. I mean, I had to like look into him a lot for my Mana Marco video,
Classic
but
Gascoigne.
on his own.
I don't understand how a shadow could take Lord Set's place. Don't let Gascoigne... What? Yes. I don't understand. Compromise. Do you know what the sermons say? Complexity belies the truth. The world rests on simple principles. Set is the truth.
I'm gonna talk to her about that again, but I'm gonna turn all the extra audio down so that way I can get that as its own clip. Because I like that. I like what she was saying. Ambience, effects. I should just have the interface turned down all the time.
Don't let Gascoigne... What? I don't understand. Compromised? You make it sound as if Lord Set suffers some kind of defect. Like a crimped duct, or a stripped bolt or something. We're talking about a divine being. Gods can't be compromised. They exist without flaws. Right?
It might not be that simple.
Do you know what the sermons say? Complexity belies the truth. The world rests on simple principles. Set is the truth and the light. Understand the simple, and you understand the obscure. I do appreciate your candor. Let's pick this up again later.
I had much hype when they first announced it, but after Starfield, not so much, and I would love to be hyped again. I unfortunately have not been hyped for Elder Scrolls 6 because I know who's making it. And they really don't inspire hope, Bethesda. You know, you go from Fallout 4 to Fallout 76 to Starfield, and it's just shit after shit after shit. Fallout 4 wasn't that bad, but like, you know what I mean? They're not good. The games have been declining for about 5 years now. Thing is, D, you can never become a god because Dagoth won't allow you. Well, I would never do something as foolish as taking my divinity from the Heart of Fortune. I think I head to bed. 2:40 a.m. in Finland. Have a great stream, guys. Thanks for showing up, man. Much appreciated.
There you are. The factotums reported a strange energy signature in Gascoigne's rectory. Did you find anything odd in there?
With people like Emil Pagliarulo at the helm, there really is no hope to have. Yeah, and especially after like the creative bankruptcy that was Fallout, or not Fallout Shelter, Skyrim Shelter, basically. I don't have a whole lot of hope going into any of their projects in the future at this point. Yeah, I found a creature in Gascoigne's office, some kind of a Daedra, pale woman by the looks of it.
Sounds like a nocturnal shrike. By the gears, how did that thing make it past our security coils? Is Gascoigne...
Dead? I don't know yet. He left this note, though.
Not suspicious at all, is it? A sudden departure followed by a Daedra attack.
We won't know until we find him.
You're right. I knew Gascoigne. I hope you catch Gascoigne.
Okay, I'm gonna go talk to
I
Luciana.
knew this wouldn't end well.
I'm not here to
My bad,
speculate
Emil
on Lord Seth's
Pagliarulo,
whereabouts.
lowercase,
I'm here
lowercase.
to
He doesn't
clear the
deserve to have his
square.
name properly capitalized.
Don't
He
know,
really
do
doesn't.
you? I knew it! This is a disaster!
If you want to panic, do so in your own homes, not in the public square. Now disperse, or be dispersed. Get them moving.
You heard the Proctor. Return to your homes.
This guy looks like my character from my first playthrough. It's kind of freaky.
If you're looking for Lord Seth, I don't know where he is. I will find out, though. Count on it.
I'm not here to discuss Sothasil. It's Gascoigne.
Gascoigne? What has he done now? I can't keep up with the complaints.
He's missing.
Good. Maybe a fabricant ate him. Our luck has to change at some point.
Might be consorting with Daedra. I found a nocturnal shrike in his office and this odd note.
So, he finally graduated from corrupt hobbyist to professional villain. I'm almost relieved. Now we can finally give him what he deserves. I assume you informed your sponsor, Provost Varuni?
Yeah, she wants you to organize a citywide search so we can bring him in for questioning.
A citywide search? I can't spare enough apostles to search a broom closet. Reports are flooding in from the radius. Stories about fanatics in black robes, pale-skinned Daedra, living shadows. We may have a full-scale invasion on our hands.
Can you spare anything to help?
I have one asset I can spare. I know an artificer, Dalamar. He takes some getting used to, but you won't find a better tinkerer. He can help you find Gascoigne, guaranteed. Go talk to him. He set up shop.
Okay.
I knew
let's talk to her about her backstory really quick.
I knew that slag-addled piece of garbage Gascoigne would turn on us eventually. We should
So-
have dealt with this decades ago.
Can I ask you about your enhancements?
You can ask.
How do they work?
I have a crank in between my shoulder blades. One of my auxiliaries winds me up every morning before breakfast. That's a joke.
Do you even know how they work?
In the same way as every other clockwork automata. A combination of engineering and sorcery that would take a century to explain. The machinery keeps me alive. I know it's unsettling to look at, but no one ever said life in Clockwork City was fair.
How exactly did you wind up in Clockwork City?
The same as you, I wager. A combination of heroism and coincidence. I served Riemann Cyrodiil as a battle mage during the Akaviri Troubles and the Valenwood annexation.
So it happened during a battle?
Yes. I'm still not exactly sure what happened. During the Valenwood campaign, I locked staves with a wood elf spell leader named Keladith. He was deceptively powerful, wiry, quick as a skeever trap. I remember cleaving his staff with a summoned blade.
And that sent you here?
Possibly. I think he was in the midst of a translocation spell when my sword made impact. There was an explosion and a bright light. When I woke, I was splayed out in the radius. Mangled.
And Sothasil found you?
Yes. His factotum scooped up what was left of me and brought me here. He mended my wounds and replaced what couldn't be mended with metal. I asked him why. Because one day you will shine a light, he said. And that was that.
Is he always that vague?
Always. Take my advice. If we manage to find the real Seth, don't expect him to embrace you as a friend. We're all cogs in his eyes. Valuable. Beautiful, even. But ultimately expendable. You either grow to accept that, or you turn out like Gascoigne.
Like Gascon?
Yes. Bitter, sullen, probably traitorous, and if I get my way, dead.
Cool. I always really liked this character. I thought she was a fun addition.
What is it?
How dare you, Kermit? Your mother wanted a better future for you.
Well, look at you, all full of fleshy bits. Not a scrap of brass on you, is there? That won't do, that will not do. I can fix you up, no bother at all. Maybe new feet. You need new feet, don't you?
Yeah, no thanks. I need to track a missing person. Luciana said you might have something that can help.
A missing person? How mysterious. You wouldn't be looking for Sotha Seal, would you? I hear rumors, you know. All kinds of rumors. Something about him turning into a crow. Or was it a frog? Never mind. Luciana did you a favor. I have just the thing. Whoa! Cool those cogs, you twitchy rascal. This little scrap heap should do the trick. Meet Snuffler, the tracking Nix.
Snuffler sniffs noisily.
There he goes! I just replaced his leg springs, so try to keep up!
I love tailing missions. So fun. These are like even more annoying on repeat playthroughs because you know where you're supposed to go, but you're still forced to follow a thing. Do you guys have a favorite quest or quest line throughout the Elder Scrolls series? I don't know if I could nail down a definitive favorite, but I think mine, or least favorite, would definitely be...
Wake up, Johnny! Visitors!
Definitely be the companions from Skyrim. That's gotta be like my least favorite quest line. Okay. Looking for the Chancellor. Oh yeah, he left like some oily footprints, right? And again, I already know where this is, so I don't know about, like, if I could just go there, if that would be easier. There's a note. Orders of assassination. By the dark of night, hearken to these words. Chancellor Gascon has betrayed us. If he proceeds through the ravine, capture him. Failing that, slay him. We cannot allow a servant of Sotha Sil to know our secrets, even a traitorous secret. May the shadows guide your blades. Anything Shivering Isles related, that DLC is hysterical. That DLC is so funny. I think like one of my favorite quests in all of Elder Scrolls is the one where you give that guy an assisted suicide. It's so morbid, and it's such a dark quest when you really think about it, but the way that it's portrayed...
Are you here to kill me? Too late. Your scheming Chancellor beat you to it.
Okay.
Who are you? Another one of vile, sniveling agents. Gascoigne's gone. Now, let me return to my mistress in peace.
I can fix her. Did Gascoigne do this to you? Where is he?
West, in the ventral terminus.
Okay.
Night mistress, I am coming.
Oh, I skipped some dialogue. Why did you mention Clavicus Vile earlier? Are his agents in the Clockwork City?
You really have no idea, do you?
Okay, well, we're gonna just skip that then. Oblivion's Dark Brotherhood Mansion one, where you kill 5 guests in any order you want. That one is goated. Yeah, and that's such a cool quest too. I'm glad you mentioned that one, because that quest is so cool. It's one of the rare instances of, like... Let me kill these guys. It's one of the rare instances of a Bethesda quest, like, reacting to what you do, and adapting to what you do, because, like what you said, you can kill them in any order that you want, and there's dialogue unique to each character that's at the end of that quest line. They'll be like, so, it was you. Or based on, like, your personality, or if you did, like, the little speech minigame with them and made them like you. Some people will refuse to believe that you're the killer at the end, but some people know that they've got it figured out that it's you, so... Really cool stuff. Bullwing is my favorite character solely because of the nonsense he speaks. Is that the little Bosmer guy that just... Yeah, he says nonsense until you become Sheogorath and you can actually understand what he's saying? Yeah. That guy's really funny. I think the idea of there being, like, of Sheogorath being more a title than a god is a super cool idea. He saw this exile. I have, like, no stamina. Rations. Can we just... Do we have to investigate all this stuff? Can we just walk up? Looks like we have to. Okay. Okay. So, for anyone unaware, the Scoffin are Clavicus Vile's Daedra.
What? Who's out there? Be gone, whoever you are. I sealed the door, and it shall remain sealed for as long as necessary.
Chancellor Gascoigne, Varuni sent me to find you. We have some questions.
Questions? You think I'm foolish enough to let you in? No, this door will remain closed. I just need time to work this out, to smooth things over. Simple. Now leave me be.
What have you done? Did you make a deal with these shadow cultists?
Who I keep counsel with is none of your concern. You're just like Varuni, so uptight, so naive. If you value your life, you'll leave this place now.
Okay. Sounds good. I like this guy's voice acting. Now we need to get back up there. Is there a quicker way to do this? Yep, okay. Good level design. Thank you. Out of the three, I think Almalexia is definitely the worst, was his wife. And I'm like, this woman tried to kill her husband twice, back in the Dwemer War when they found the heart and during Test 3. Yeah. She's I mean, in Elder Scrolls 3, I think one thing that a lot of people fail to remember is that she's being driven crazy at this point. And so, I don't know. What she does in Elder Scrolls 3, I'd have to re-examine it, honestly, but like, it sucks, right? It sucks that she kills Sothasil, but if you play the DLC for Legends, the Clockwork City DLC for Legends, they added some dialogue with Sothasil saying, like, that Almalexia was his friend and he wasn't going to fight her or kill her or anything like that. Because he felt bad for what she was going through or something. I don't remember it exactly, but I always really liked that. Wow, this guy's zooming. But yeah, she's definitely, like, of the three. I think it's either her or Vivek that's oh, excuse me, that's the worst one. Got to type Nerevar, my bad. Yeah, I know that you were talking about Nerevar. Okay. Yeah, we want the flow to be going this way, right? What does this do? Okay, that changes the direction it's going.
Plotting something, are we? Well, that rusty heap has been gathering dust for decades. You may as well just give up.
I really like the way the imperfects look.
Proximity sensors engaged. What? What have you done?
I've never put this together, but is this the same animation that they use? Like at the end of the game, originally, when you're in Cold Harbor, fighting Moai Ball, you put on the Amulet of Kings, right? Or you gain power from the Amulet of Kings, and then you can break down some walls. Is that the same animation that they used just there to break down this wall? In the last year of the first era books, Vivek sleeps with Almalexia, really rude considering she murdered his best friend's wife. Yeah, and that's another thing too why I say that those two are the worst, is because they're yeah, they supposedly slept with one another. Or maybe it was it Sothasil or was it Vivek, actually? I always get that one confused. Though the Sill was off vibing in Artaeum at the time, Almalexia left the Goon Cave to fetch him. The Goon Cavern. Fellas, is the Clockwork City just Sotha Sill's Goon Cave? His Goon Mansion? His Goon City, if you will? I know what he's getting up to in the Throne of Lion. Clockwork Goonery. Clockwork Chicanery.
Primary functions operational. I had to do this. You are ruining everything.
How many quests are there in the Clockwork City? Because I don't think there's that many more. Open up our zone guide. 24 unique story quests. I've already done 4. Oh, this is an account-wide achievement, isn't it? Yeah. I need to look in the character achievements. Yeah, character. That wouldn't be under here, would it? No. Yeah, I don't know if we can figure it out. But we don't have that many more quests, I believe.
Testing protocol initiated. Combat sequence operational. Enough. We must charge gate. Stop this thing.
Oh, shit. It just killed me. Why was my man trying to get into this little area here? Is he gonna activate this gate too? No, I guess he's fine with me getting in. It's just the big guy. For any of you guys in chat that play Elder Scrolls Online, do you guys have a favorite class to play? Ow. There he is.
You summoned me again. I grow tired of this.
Enough. You horned cat for food, just help me.
Dragon Knight DPS. For that whip, can be like the ball
I
rod.
yield. Just follow me outside, all right? I promise I will explain everything.
Okay. We'll meet him outside. Dragon Knights are actually the class that I'm, like, probably least familiar with. I've played all the classes in this game to level 50 characters, and Dragon Knights are, like... Yeah, they're definitely the one that I'm least proficient with. But I have really liked some Dragon Knight characters in the past.
I know how this looks, but you have to understand. Those shadow cultists meant to slit my throat. I had to leave. My life was in danger. Don't you see that?
Okay, start talking.
Fine. I made a bargain with Clavicus Vile. I know. Questionable. Just hear me out. All he wanted was a key. If I got it for him, he'd make me the ruler of Clockwork City. Unfortunately, someone stole the key before I could deliver it.
Who stole it?
Some daft talking crows. After that terrible business with the Shadow, I returned to my office to think. I arrived just in time to see one of those disgusting birds make off with the artifact. I panicked and ran here to hide.
And what sort of Shadow Imposter? Do you know and what of the Shadow Imposter? Did you know Sotha Sil had been replaced?
On my life, I did not. I wanted to heal the city, not destroy it. If I had known, I swear I never would have gone through with it. Yes. I thought so. Look.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna say that...
Clavicus Vile was unwise, I know.
I'm gonna say you
Offering
sold out the
Daedric
city to
artifacts
Daedra,
to
you don't
dark
deserve
princes.
to live. And then we're gonna kill him. What is your favorite TES Online cinematic? This one right here. This is my favorite cinematic. No, my favorite one is probably just the original ones. I think those were super well done. The combat lead over the years nerfed the hell out of Dragon Knights. Yeah, I was gonna say, they seem to have been nerfed, because, like, I remember playing PvP when I was much younger. And I've never been good at PvP. But I was in Cyrodiil, and this guy straight up, he did a Dragon Leap jump with the Dragon Knight's ultimate. And he landed right on me and just insta-murked me from like the top ropes with that thing. And then I respawned, came back, and he killed me like 5 times in a row just with his ultimate ability. It was crazy. Like, the original scene in, can I play that? And would I get in trouble if I played that on stream? I want to find something. Hold up. Also the High Isle one, that's a classic.
Peggy 12.
Okay, can I just, like, swap my screen over to this? Okay. This scene right here, in this trailer. Oh god, the quality's terrible. Probably not a good thing to be streaming something and that at the same time. Okay, let me swap it over to my primary monitor. Alright, you guys can all see that, yeah. So, this scene right here, when I was a kid, oh my god, I was like, I need to be this guy right here. Wait for it. Like, come on. Tell me that wasn't the coolest thing you've ever seen in your life. We're gonna go back to the game capture. Like, it's so cool. It's so needlessly cool.
Still nothing on the security coils? Where could he have gone?
He clearly fled the fortress.
Finally. I've been pacing a hole in the floor since you left. An engine can only idle for so long, you know. Did Luciana find you? Did you find that Skeevaton Gascon?
Yeah, I killed him. He sold the city out to Clavicus Vile.
Gascon is dead? Well, he left us no choice, right? Good riddance, I suppose. I'll send some reclamation drones to collect his remains. Now, what's this about Clavicus Vile?
Gascon promised to deliver a key to Clavicus Vile, but Crows stole it before he had the chance.
The Clockwork City owes you a tremendous debt.
Thank you.
Obviously,
Where should we
Gascon and
start?
the
Okay,
sermons.
we're gonna look for the crows. The werewolf running from the Nord is the most badass thing in the trailer. I would argue that the thing with the Breton is a little bit cooler, in my opinion, but I do really like that part of the trailer. It's so sick. I don't play this game, but I'm always hyped for the DLCs just so I can watch the cinematics. And yeah, Hood Guy is cool in most of his scenes. He's really awesome. It's such a shame because they added a clothing option for him in this game. I'll see if it's in the store right now. It's probably not in the store. Or are they just selling companions now? What? These guys are supposed to come out with the DLC. Or maybe these guys are... Oh, wait. Oh, a house guest. Okay. Let's see if we can find it. Be under the style parlor or wardrobe. Let's see. Yeah, they don't have it in here. Anyway, they added all the like heroes from those trailers as outfits that you can get. And his outfit looks like shit. I gotta have a food buff that I can have, right? Gotta be something. Oh, I do. Thank God. Been going without the food buff this whole time.
Quality and variety. Come see for yourself.
I don't know why it keeps saying that I have...
Good stuff here.
that I have something.
Go on, get out of here.
We go where we please, wingless. Go away, or we peck out your eyes. Eyes? Ah, sweet, juicy eyes.
Such flavor.
Ah, tender bits.
Vile beasts.
Most costumes in ESO are skin tight. Like in SWTOR, it's honestly horrible to witness sometimes. Yeah, and people also forget that this game came out in 2014. Okay.
What? Like...
Skip, skip, skip. This whole section with the crows is not necessary for the lore video, so I'm going to be skipping it. Yeah, this game came out in 2014. You know, a lot of the early game armors. Like, if we go into the armor stuff right here. Let's see, collections, and then armor styles. So, like, if you look here, this is the original... I'm going to move to somewhere where someone's not mining into a wall, because that's annoying. Hopefully no one will bother us over here. But yeah, as I was saying, if you look at the... I don't know. We'll choose the Nord outfit. How about that? So if you look at the Nord Cuirass, this is what the original model for the Nord Cuirass looked like in ESO when the game first came out. Okay, so that's like the pauldrons. I'll just swap to the whole thing. Why not? The whole upper thing. So this is what the Nord armor looked like, and it's a bit flat. Like when you turn it to the side, you know, it kind of just molds to the character's body. So they came out with the Ancestral Nord armor a few years ago at this point. And I think I have... yeah, this is the Ancestral Nord helm right here. So it's a bit more high res, basically. And they did the same thing with the chest piece, which I also believe I have. Yep. Looks just a tad bit nicer, right? And I should... yeah, I've got it right there. So yeah, they just made the armor look a little bit better, but you're totally right. A lot of the stuff that released early in this game, like those those hero outfits, are terrible because they're very skin tight. But they've been trying to make it better as the game's gone on. So I'll give them credit where credit's due. I do genuinely think that ZeniMax Online has made really, really good progress with this game.
Intruder! Halt! Halt! Speak or be pecked!
Because we're on update 44 now, I think. 44 just went live.
Stay back, spy! This tree belongs to the Blackfeather Court. The Duke claimed it by law of sovereign roost. Look for shinies somewhere else. Go! Go!
Okay, I'm not a spy. I just want to talk.
Spy! No talking! I know
Oh,
a
no
spy
talk.
when I
Cool.
fly-
We'll just skip everything then. That's what I like to hear.
Look who's back. I told you they'd ask for some.
Do I have the Mages Guild or Fighters Guild? Oh, I haven't joined the Mages Guild yet. Can I join the Mages Guild here? Honestly, I'm off to go join the Mages Guild. I'll be right back into the Clockwork City soon, but I don't want to go steal anything right now. It's too much trouble to go through, and this will benefit me later. Especially now that I've got this new PC with load times that are reasonable. So we'll go to Stone Falls. I always forget that they update this game for Halloween and put, like, jack-o'-lanterns everywhere. Actually, what's on this one? Is that a dragon? That's kind of funny.
What do you want?
I never knew that about Ned. We're book hunters. Excellent.
Okay, join the Mages Guild. We'll head back. I'm gonna play Beyond Skyrim Cyrodiil when it comes out. I would like to, yeah. I played Beyond Skyrim Bruma, and I really loved that. As I've said several times on the channel, I was a console gamer for a really long time, so I didn't have access to mods. And when they finally added mods in the special edition, Beyond Skyrim Bruma was one of the ones that they ported over, and I was so happy to play that. Like, it was great. It felt like new content, which in actuality it really wasn't, but it was super cool. I wish Bethesda would, like, officially endorse those kinds of projects so that way I can think of them as canon, but I have a hard time getting into, like, a lot of story mods when it really doesn't add anything to the lore or the overall story, you know? But it was fun.
Look who's back.
away.
Intruder! Halt! Halt! Speak! Well, do you have our shinies? Speak! Such a key? No, by an enemy crows!
Sometimes I wish they would update the base game architecture with the DLC ones. Like, Auradon feels so out of place. Somerset is next door. Yeah, Somerset's architecture does look really nice, doesn't it?
Let's run through it one more time!
What am I running?
Waiting for Sky Oblivion, it looks amazing. Sky Oblivion does look really good. I'm super happy to help out with, you know, with the project that those guys are undertaking. And, that I am super interested in because it's just going to be Oblivion, but in Skyrim's engine. And I know they've said that they're trying to keep a lot of the mechanics from Oblivion in Skyrim's engine still, which is something that I'm excited for because, like, I've long said one of the really cool things about the Elder Scrolls is that all the different games feel distinct. Oblivion feels like Oblivion, Morrowind feels like Morrowind, and Skyrim feels like Skyrim. And you can play all three of them and you can get different things out of the gameplay from each of them. Oblivion definitely has the worst feeling gameplay of the three games, I would say.
Who is this? Do you come to challenge the Knight of Marrow? Have at thee, featherless foe. If you be foe,
You would do that?
Yes, follow me. The word vault
Ugh.
is this way. This way.
This whole thing with the crows is exhausting. What was I saying, though, about Sky Oblivion? Yeah, Oblivion is definitely the most in need of those kind of main three Elder Scrolls games, the big three, of a gameplay update. So, I'm glad that they are doing Sky
Here we
Oblivion.
are. The word vault lies behind that door.
And I'm excited to see a lot of the little gameplay quirks from Oblivion added back in.
Poem.
It's funny you say that, but honestly, it doesn't feel like the old games add much story to Skyrim. No Oblivion gates, not too many cameos, even if it's 200 plus years. Same with Fallout 4. Doesn't feel like the old games add much story to Skyrim. Oh, you mean like you can, sorry. I have this problem where if I'm reading something, it just totally derails my brain from what I'm trying to say. You mean like you could play Skyrim divorced from Oblivion, basically, and get the same experience out of it, because there's not a whole lot of carryover? Is essentially what I'm getting.
Quiver, well, which one should I... Yeah. Away to the castle of my lady love.
What?
Take a breath and report. What's the situation in there?
Grim, Proctor. Daedric beasts and shadow cultists control much of the district. And the crows, oh, the sky's thick with them.
This way, Squire. Come, come.
Varuni's auxiliary? What are you doing here? First that bastard Devaith, and now the crows? Your taste in companions grows worse by the hour.
Your metal woman is not allowed in Castle Blackfeather. I forbid it.
I don't want to go anywhere near your Keep your sword arm wound tight. Daedra could still be lurking around here.
Yeah, I would totally agree with you if that's your point, though, because I don't think that that Bethesda does a good job of connecting the Elder Scrolls games very
Crow
well.
Mother, help me.
I mean, it's to the point where people think that Oblivion and Morrowind are 200 years apart, because there's, like, barely any references to Morrowind in Oblivion, but they're actually 6 years apart. Yeah, like, not many of the stuff happens in those games matters in Skyrim. Yeah, and it's crazy, right? And that could be because of the time gap between those games, but even when you go back into the other games, like I was just saying, like, Morrowind feels like it didn't happen when you play Oblivion, and it really should be a bigger deal, right? but it's just kind of it's a Bethesda-ism, where they just decide that the past games don't really have any impact on people for some reason. Is there an explanation for evolution in Elder Scrolls, or is it just race crossbreeding, like the Proto-Atmorans becoming the Needs, Bretons, and Imperials? I assume... So, for the Mer, basically no. Largely. Let me adjust my audio, because it's quite loud when I'm fighting people. So, largely with the Mer, the ways that they all became distinct, races is not through evolution. It's through mostly manipulation by the gods. So, for instance, the Wood Elves became Wood Elves because they were influenced by Ifra. Dark Elves became Dark Elves because they were influenced by Azura, so on and so forth. Don't really know a whole lot about the other races of elves, I guess, so, like for Dwemer, for instance, they're even speculated to be an entirely different branch of Mer that did not emerge from the same lineage as the Aldmer. And then, like, High Elves, or not High Elves, sorry, Ayleids are said to have been from, the same kind of line as them, but they had more, like, coppery skin. So that could be an evolutionary type thing, I'm not quite sure. And yeah, as far as the races of men go, like, evolution, I don't know how it would work in the Elder Scrolls, because real-life evolution takes, like, millions of years to process. So it would have to be like a super hyper sped up process of evolution, if that were the case. I know, like, the Bretons are definitely a result of crossbreeding between races. Or, I guess, crossbreeding might not be the best word to use to describe it, but, like, interracial breeding, I suppose. Not really a way to talk about it without sounding like a weirdo, but you guys know what I mean. It was with the children between High Elves and the Nedic people. So true. I was one of the always thought Oblivion was 200 years apart of Morrowind until recently. Yeah. Orc were poop that came out of a Daedra, right? Something about Trinimac being eaten? Yes, orcs, I was forgetting about them as well. They were influenced by, not Malakath, Boethia. And, through her eating of Trinimac, right? So, it's another kind of thing there.
Lead on.
Oh, observe the Night of Marrow's recitation. I forgot to do something. God damn it. Okay. But yeah, for the races of men, I don't know if they necessarily crossbred or just developed new names, or maybe like slight evolution from them being in a different area. But species can also be made to or lose status as people, such as the Dreg, who may have had society, the orcs who gain and lose peoplehood. Yeah, that's a good point. Same thing with the Balmer as well, right? I always find it funny that the Balmer don't fill up black soul gems anymore. It's like, what does Bethesda mean by this? The Dreg are always, like, such a weird topic for me to discuss. Because I don't know how accurate that stuff is with the Kingdom of the Dregs. Isn't that mostly just Mankar Cameron's nonsense that he talks about?
Help me.
My fair maiden of ruin, my heart swells to see you, like a dead cat's belly warmed by the sun. Your merits, defy calculation? My pelvic bracket pumps like a piston. Oh, that's not right.
What? Is this some kind of featherless joke?
And your face,